You care and carry so much pride inside of yourself around the outcome that happens in every situation that even if something didn't go as planned, you still learned from it. So is it really a failure? Welcome to the Highly Inquisitive podcast, where we embrace the magic of a messy life and adopt the balance is bullshit mindset. I'm your host, Gabs, and I'm here to help you question everything you thought you knew about balancing it all in 10 minutes or less. As a woman who has built a successful life on her terms despite all of life's odds against me, I help you navigate the real stuff, your fears, your self-doubt, and the messy reality of actually chasing your dreams. Loving life doesn't mean life gets easier, but it certainly means it gets more enjoyable and we can stop feeling so freaking overwhelmed in the process. Let's go create a life that's anything but boring. I have some tough love today, but I want you to know it's coming from the most loving place because it's the same tough love I've had to give myself lately. You see, my oldest is getting ready to turn 13. And this is the first time I'm ever entering the teenage parenting phase. But as I can only imagine with the rest of the parenting journey, there are times when you hit these new milestones in their life that I also do a lot of reflection on me and my life. I am getting to a point where, especially my older children, are hitting an age that I now can so vividly remember. I remember my own emotional pains and my challenges and the things that I struggled with. I will say I feel like I'm in a very healthy place. I can also do deeper reflection. And one of those things that has plagued me has been perfectionism. I look back at as far back as I can remember, that's always been something I've struggled with. But as the stakes got higher because I was getting older and the things you needed to do to be rewarded for being perfect got more and more difficult, so did my life. Interesting correlation there, which on this side of things, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I was making bigger and bigger mistakes and a bigger and bigger division away from who I truly was as a person. The last few weeks, I've really gotten to a place where life is messy. Both literally, there's been parts of my life that have been really messy right now, but figuratively in the sense of it just is. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how perfect you are at your job. I don't care how many, degrees and letters behind your name you have. I don't care how perfect your kids look every time they walk outside of the door or how incredible your business is scaling. Every single bit of life is also coming with its own form of messiness. And we don't get to avoid that, perfect or not. Which, FYI, none of us are perfect. So we were, again, chasing this elusive thing that doesn't really exist and then wondering why the hell it was burning us out and making us feel so overwhelmed. Well, it's because we're chasing something that's not there. And so as my oldest's birthday starts to show up, I am realizing each one of my kids, especially because my age gap is so big. So I have 6 years between oldest and middle, 3 years between middle and littlest. I have 3 kids right now in very different phases of life. I have 4, 7, and about to be 13. Each and every one of them got a very different version of me. And it's wild to sit back and look at. I was a very broken person when my oldest was born in lots and lots of ways. And I was a very actively searching for inner peace and stability with my youngest. My oldest is the one who struggles with perfectionism the most. I would go out on a limb and say I see it as something that's crippling him. But I also see exactly where he got it from. And that has given me this awakening that I had dealt with perfectionism in every other part of my life except for when it came to running my business. If you're not driving or not on a walk, grab a pen and paper or grab your notes app on your phone. And I want you to write down this question and I want you to answer it. If you are in a place where you can't do that, save this episode and come back to it, because this is the kind of question that's going to release to you why you're still stuck. If you feel like you struggle with a fear of failure, and that's why you're stuck, that's why you cannot put one foot in front of the other to chase your dreams, I want you to actually ask yourself, do you have a fear of failure? Or are you afraid of hearing the word no? Because I'm going to venture to say, if you're listening to this episode, you probably have literally never failed at anything. And I don't mean you didn't mess up. I don't mean you didn't have a hard time. But I mean you care and carry so much pride inside of yourself around the outcome that happens in every situation, that even if something didn't go as planned, you still learned from it. So is it really a failure? The reality here is all of us are afraid of hearing the word no. Because hearing the word no means there is something wrong with you. Means they are saying no to you. Which means you have to deal with, why are you really such a perfectionist? And that is not something we've been taught how to navigate. We've only ever been taught to either be a perfectionist or not, but not to discover why. You are perfect right here, right now, today, with nothing else changing. Because you will inevitably change. But the perfect that you have right now is exactly what your journey needs right now. And so with that power, I want you to go out today and I want you to chase no's. Go ask for something so big, so bold, so far out there that you're scared to put that pen to paper or those words out of your mouth or to type that email. Do it today, because you never know. It's either a yes or a lesson. And my friend, your dreams deserve either one of those two things. Thank you for connecting with me on this episode of Highly Inquisitive. Remember, life is messy, balance is bullshit, and you are capable of amazing things. But wait. Before you leave, I have to share this with you. I just opened the doors to the Overwhelmed and Over It, Pay What You Can community. This is the space I'm holding for you when you're ready to ditch the overwhelm and create a life that feels authentically yours. And I want you to know I'm here to support you, cheer you on, and remind you that you're never alone in the chaos. Sometimes you just need a little guardrails and a little support on the journey. Head to gabshayes.com/community, and I'll also drop the link in the show notes to grab your spot. I'd love to help you chase your dreams one messy step at a time.